Discussion and possible approval of ordinance O-13-05, adding Chapter 17, Bisbee Civil Union, and providing for repeal and severability. Mr. John A. MacKinnon, City Attorney.
Thank you. I'm proud to be presenting this to you today for the second reading. And proud not because I think that this is going to be effective in righting many wrongs and truly restoring equal rights to a large portion of our community, but proud because I think that for too long many of us have been silent while we've witnessed how the law is discriminated against various people in our community, friends, neighbors, relatives, and we've watched how people have gone through unnecessary suffering when the law didn't give them the same opportunities to take care of their loved ones, to take care of their partners in time of need, to deal with their property in the way that we take for granted as other types of couples. So I think it's time to stand up, it's time to be heard. And not that Bisbee is able to change the rules on this, but that Bisbee is able to be heard and to take a small step toward righting old wrongs. Now, with that said, I do want to emphasize again, because there's been quite a lot of misrepresentation about what we're doing here. We are not taking the position that we are able to change the laws of the state of Arizona. We are not taking the position that this will do all of the things that need to be done to get true equality in our community. We are saying that in the limited context that the city of Bisbee, should it pass this ordinance, is able to act, then the city of Bisbee will do what it can within its powers to recognize equality regardless of whether or not the couples are heterosexual or same-sex. We are saying that within those areas that the city controls, which are limited, things like personnel, things like benefits, things like city programs, things like the way we manage the cemetery and treat families in the cemetery, things like how we deal with pool passes for families, the things that the city can control, that the city would no longer discriminate against same-sex couples that are willing to say, yes, we are a couple. Now, that's not what has been purported to be doing in this, in the press at various times. It's certainly not what Attorney General Tom Horn has accused us of doing. I think many people are trying to exaggerate what is involved here for various purposes. It's a limited action within the scope of what the city's jurisdiction may be. Now, we've gotten a significant amount of, I think, sincere, heartfelt comment on whether or not this is appropriate over the last week or two. And much of it is based on people's genuine, strenuous beliefs about what the Bible says as they interpret it, how one reads Leviticus, what other directives there are in their particular faiths. And in our system, we have an absolute right for those people to hold those beliefs. There's nothing about this proposal that does anything to deny them the opportunity to have those beliefs. But in the same First Amendment that protects and provides an absolute recognition for the right to hold whatever religious belief you may hold, there is also an equally strong prohibition against using the government to establish a particular belief as the rule and the law of the land. So, in my view, what this proposal does is it does not adopt theology as a basis for the rule of equal protection under our laws. It does recognize that all people in the community, to the limited extent that we are able to provide that, would have the same equal rights. It does not solve the problem. It does not threaten the state of Arizona. It does not change those rules. But within the scope of what the city is able to do, it makes a statement that in this jurisdiction, that people will be treated equally. Now, the As you'll recall in these ordinance, we use the term jurisdiction within the city's jurisdiction in a number of occasions as a qualifier. And I think one of the things that we will probably have to have some discussion about is jurisdiction is not just territorial. It is also subject matter, and it also can be personal. So I am not suggesting that the city of Bisbee has jurisdiction to extend its rules beyond the scope of its actual authority. I am suggesting that it is appropriate for you to make a statement, should you choose to do so, that we will, to the extent we can, treat all people equal in this respect. Elizabeth and I have talked about this. We think it's an important issue. Should you adopt this and should you be challenged and should you ask Elizabeth and I to defend the city of Bisbee in this matter, the city of Bisbee will not receive any fee statement for any work that we perform in terms of